As an American, July 4th is my favorite day of the year, and I do consider it an honor to be able to share this day with my fellow Americans at such a patriotic event, the Tea Party. When I was trying to come up with what I was going to talk about, I couldn't help but think of the original Independence Day and what our forefathers accomplished. There they were, 13 independent colonies who decided to band together and fight for a way of life, for a belief that would transcribe into our Bill of Rights and our Constitution, the cornerstone of democracy. These forefathers, they understood what it was like to live in the land of the free and the home of the brave. And in acquiring that freedom, that independence, those 13 colonies stood up and proclaimed to the rest of the world, "We are America." We are America. And from that moment on, America had the proud distinction of being the greatest nation on the face of the earth. Now, there are many things, thank you, there are many things that make this nation great. But one in particular is that even though we're the most powerful nation, we don't use our might to conquer foreign lands, but we use our strength to be a compassionate nation. Now, I've seen many examples of this time after time. In times of world tragedy like the 2005 tsunami, the United States consistently leads the world in humanitarian aid. As Americans, we don't care when there's tragedy what the political affiliation of those in need are. We don't care what their religious beliefs are. As Americans, we only care that there are people in need who need our help, and we do. But even though we're the greatest nation, even though we're the most compassionate nation, a nation that countries try to imitate, there are those out there who would like to destroy what we've built. In my lifetime, I've seen examples of this. The most recent one is when I sat in shock and disbelief, just as all of you did, as on September 11th, 2001, the television station showed ghastly images of the actions of a bunch of cowards who hijacked planes and used them to execute over 3,000 American men, women, and children. But, in our darkest hours, when it seems as if all hope is lost and that the America we hold so dear to our heart is against the ropes, there's that awakening spirit, that calling to our souls that America will prevail. That even though at times we may seem weakened to the rest of the world, America will never fall to her knees. Every time we're challenged as a nation, we, the people, the heartbeat of this sovereign land, we cease being millions of voices, and we speak out as one person. Each time we find our resolve tested, our great diverse nation unites together and speaks in one voice, and we say, we will not fade, we will not falter, we will continue to be that beacon on a hill that will never be extinguished. We are America. In good times, in bad, we are America. When times get tough and our courage is tested, we are America. When our backs are to the wall, or when we are leading the charge, we are America. Absolutely, we are America. And in our history, there have been 44 different men who've had the privilege of holding the office of President of the United States. And each of them had their ideas for America's future. And each of them took actions to bring us toward the America they envisioned. But even though our leaders have taken us down different political paths, we must remember one thing. America is not defined by the words or actions of any one politician, nor is our fate determined by any one single event. No, America is an unwavering nation defined by its people, by the Bill of Rights which protect them, and by the Constitution which keeps our compass fixed. Look around here today. what do you see? There'll be some who claim they see a bunch of right-wing individuals just trying to insult the president. There'll be others who say that we're just a bunch of radicals who want to divide the nation. But do you know what I see when I look from this podium down, these hundreds of Bloomingtonites standing in the rain? I see a unified body of my fellow patriots, true American heroes, who refuse to let go of the glory and honor that some Americans try to apologize for. We are the silent majority which no longer accepts remaining silent. And you know what? That just scares the heck out of some politicians because they don't understand it and they can't control it. Now, though some politicians remain in power simply by pacifying special interest groups. But you have to ask yourself, what is so special about these special interest groups? What's so powerful about them? I'll tell you the answer. What's so powerful is that these special interest groups band together in a united front and support these politicians with their votes. As long as we remained individuals, the politicians didn't have to worry about us. They didn't have to care about us. But we're not individuals anymore, are we? In unity, we have strength. Now, coming out to the Tea Party is an awesome event. It's an awesome thing to do, but it doesn't end here. Each of you has a choice to make. When you leave here, after the Tea Party is over, you can either go home, you can remain frustrated about the future of our country, and you can only dream about the glory of America's past. Or you can remain active, remain a united front with the rest of your patriots that are here today, and fight to ensure that our nation remains as great as our history has shown we are. How do you fight? How do you fight? More importantly, how do you win? How do we win? There's 3 steps, 3 easy things you can do to turn this country around. First, register to vote. One of the most powerful weapons at your disposal is your vote. To regain our heritage, we must influence the political process. And if you're not registered to vote, there's a tent over there on the lawn. I urge you to go over there and sign up before you leave today. Become a registered voter. Second, once you register to vote, stay informed. Unless we can monitor how our elected officials vote, we don't know which politicians are defending our rights and which ones are impeding on them. And for local, go to city council. I mean, look at the size of this crowd here, hundreds of people. Do you realize that it only takes a few hundred votes in Bloomington to earn a council seat? With the size of this group, you could control City Hall if you stayed together. So how do you stay together? Step 3, remaining united. Alone, you're brushed off by politicians. They don't care about one person's voice. But with this size of this group, they cannot ignore us. If you want to be part of a united voice, if you want to stay united with these fellow patriots, this Tea Party is giving you the opportunity. They have set up a 912 tent over there. Sign up. Stay united, stay informed, and stay in touch with the rest of these patriots. Together, we can do many things. Folks, there is much at stake here. The future of our nation, our liberty, and our heritage all hang in a balance. And being this is the Tea Party on July 4th, I'm also reminded of the words on the Statue of Liberty. It says, "Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free." In a way, those words describe us at this rally, a huddled mass yearning to breathe free. Just remember, though, freedom is not a privilege that can be held for ransom, but it's a right that can never be compromised. God bless you, and God bless America.